Okay, boys, you can breathe a sigh of relief because the Flyers managed to come back and score 3 unanswered goals to beat the Arizona Coyotes 5-4 in the overtime. Ugh. Half of this game was very scary, and half of this game was very exciting. That second period was very scary, boys. So let's get into a little summary of this game. So the first period, the Flyers, they come out the start of this game. They're jumping. They're on fire. They looked really good. And just about over a minute into the game, a nice passing sequence from Couturier to Drew, who gets a nice little flutter pass to Travis Konecny, who springs for a short breakaway, and he goes top shelf past Kemper to make it a 1-0 game for the Flyers. And then just a couple minutes after, from a nice pass from Yuri Laterra, Scott Laughton bobbles it a little bit, but he just fights it off. He manages to keep that puck, and he backhands it in past Kemper to make it 2-0. And honest to God, Scott Laughton, through the beginning of the season, in my opinion, has been the best player on this team. Just his two-way game is great, and he's chipping in offensively too, because right now he has 6 goals on the season with his 2 tonight. And then going near the middle to the end of the first period, the Flyers get into penalty trouble. And then, as you know, the Flyers' penalty kill sucks, so they have trouble getting the puck out. And then the puck gets on Oliver Ekman-Larsson's stick, and he just blasts it by Pickard to make it a 2-1 game going into the second period. And then the start of the second period, that's where the horrifying thing starts. You got Richardson coming in on a little 2-on-1. He just blasted by Pickard to make it tied at 2. And then, the most ugly power play I've ever seen in history. 2 shorthanded goals by the Arizona Coyotes. I get the Arizona Coyotes are the number 1 ranked penalty kill in the NHL, but 2 shorthanded goals on the same power play. Stefan and Grabner. Both breakaways. Stefan's goal bobbles it a little bit. It gets past him. He gets tied up with the linesman, and then Stefan just beats him and just gets it past Pickard. And then Grabner, he just powers by Voracek off a more sloppy passing play by the Flyers, and easy say, easy done. It's 4-2 game. The power play just looked bad. And for the amount of defensive breakdowns the Flyers have, your goaltending has to back some of them up, but Pickard did not do that tonight, as he allows both shorthanded goals, and that's where he gets pulled for Brian Elliott. And I'll say Brian Elliott, when he came in, he didn't see that much, but he looked solid for the shots that he faced. So right now it's 4-2 going into the third period. And of course, the Flyers fans, they boo the Flyers off the ice because that second period was very atrocious. And then the third period, you kind of get to see the Flyers. They're trying to find their jump in their game. Still making a little mistakes, but you get Scott Laughton. He's able to get it by Kemper after a little puck bobbling in the middle of the blue ice. No one can really hit it, but Scott Laughton manages to find it after Dale Weiss just completely misses. It was either Dale Weiss or Obey Kubel. He just winds it up and just somehow the puck does not go into that open net, but Scott Laughton finds the open puck and just puts it right by Kemper to make it 4-3. So to add on to Scott Laughton's 2-goal game, really good. And then going to around the 3 to 2 minute mark of the third period, Gostisbehere makes a really great outlet pass to Dale Weiss, of all people, who gets a breakaway, and he goes top shelf to beat Kemper. Oh my God, and everyone went crazy. Everyone was chanting MVP, Dale Weiss, MVP, the GOAT. Ugh. Out of all people, Dale Weiss scores on a breakaway for his first of the season. And the fans are electric, they're pumped. And that's how the game goes into overtime. But before overtime even happens, you got a couple seconds left, Couturier with wide open net, the puck just goes right behind him, as everyone's screaming, and nothing happens. So we go into overtime. We get starting of Konecny, Couturier, and Provorov, a line that did really well last year in the overtime. Then nothing really happens for them, but then you get the dominant overtime line of G, Voracek, and Gostisbehere, and they managed to get it done. Voracek with outstanding plays to keep the puck into the offensive zone, who sets it up for Gostisbehere for a one-timer who just beats Kemper top shelf, and that's how the Flyers win tonight's game. 5-4 in the overtime. I want to be excited right now, boys, but that second period just ruined it for me. It was I'm happy they won, but that second period was just awful. Seriously, 2 shorthanded goals on 1 power play. It's unheard of. I don't know what to say, boys, but I know that whole Western Conference road trip in California, the Flyers managed to get 7 out of 8 points. and they come home tonight looking to build off of that. They managed to get 9 out of their last 11 points. I don't know, boys. No, it's actually not out of the last 11. It's 9 out of the last 10. So Hakstol is still on a very short leash. That whole Western Conference road trip saved him. It made the leash a little looser. So I honestly thought if the Flyers just played completely horrible throughout the rest of the game after that second period, I think Hakstol probably would have been on the hot seat right there. But I think this game, because they won and that Western Conference road trip saved them a little bit. So during that Western Conference road trip, if the Flyers maybe lost 2 games out of the 4, I think Hakstol would have been fired by then. But even after this win, I still think he needs to be fired because you got Joel Quenneville out there who's been fired by the Chicago Blackhawks, a 3-time Stanley Cup champion with them. Who would not want that on your team? And just because I'm tired of seeing the power play just suck right now, and especially the penalty kill. The penalty kill's been awful since Ian LaPerriere has been the penalty kill coach. I don't know. Something has to change in that coaching staff. It's just the same old. This bad outlet passes. We can't get the puck out. The penalty kill sucks. The power plays over the past few years has been starting to decline. Ever since we fired that last power play coach, and we hired the guy from Erie from the juniors, but all in all, I still think Hakstol and the coaching staff should be fired, which would be Hakstol, LaPerriere, and Murphy. Murphy being the defensive coach because our defense just doesn't look good right now. Very sloppy. And honest to God, if Hakstol and these guys get fired, you go out and hire Quenneville, and you let Quenneville hire guys that he's used to. Let him pick his coaching staff. And then, honest to God, I would keep the guy that they hired from juniors because he's young, he's up and coming. And I know we said that about Hakstol when he came in from the college, but I trust this guy more than Hakstol because he played in more of a professional league than college. Even though juniors aren't professional, it's better than college. So, I don't know. Happy the Flyers win, but very ugly. A very ugly win. Honest to God, they did not deserve the 2 points tonight. They probably didn't deserve 1 if they lost in the overtime. So, yeah, what are your guys' thoughts about this game? Do you guys think Hakstol and the coaching staff should be fired or not? Because most likely I think everyone does believe that he should be fired. So don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section. Drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, boys, and we'll see you in the next video.